You're listening to Morning Edition on this Wednesday here on WCBU. I'm Rich Drager. New Peoria Police Chief Brad Dixon says the city deserves a police department that communicates openly, acts with integrity, and earns the public's trust. A Peoria native who's been on the force for more than 25 years, Dixon is in the first week of leading the department following his recent promotion. He speaks with WCBU reporter Joe Deacon about how he envisions the new role and his goals for the department.
I just want to motivate the officers. The officers know what the goals are. You know, we always start with violence. If you commit violence in this city, we're throwing everything we have at it. You know, we're also a community-based police department, so we're going to push that. You know, there's a lot of goals we have. I have high expectations for the officers. We have fantastic officers at the department, so our base is community service, community-oriented policing. But if you choose to do violence in this city, then everybody's coming.
Now that you're leading the department, what will remain the same as you take over, and what changes or improvements do you anticipate making?
I think the main overall theme that's going to remain the same is our dedication and commitment to this city. That's not going to change. Now, how we approach things might look a little different. I think that we're possibly looking at how we structure our shifts a little different. You know, these are all just kind of management things, how we can be more efficient, how we can have more officers on the street. I've said it repeatedly on the news. The number one complaint in the city is that I receive is traffic, but we can't do that if, we got to handle some business first with some of the violence that's going on. So we've got a lot of things going on at once. I look forward to the challenge.
At the most recent city council meeting, community leader Jesse McGowan called on the department for more patrols in the East Bluff because he senses crime there is on the rise. What's your response to that belief?
Yeah, you know, I've worked with Jesse for years. He's a great community partner. He's passionate about the East Bluff, and I think we're going to see a more focused patrol throughout the city, including the East Bluff.
Aside from the East Bluff, how do you address a perception that crime, and violent crime in particular, is on the rise across the city? What more can the department do to be proactive in reducing crime before it happens instead of just responding to it after the fact?
We've got a lot of data that we track, a lot of metrics we track. We have to use that to guide us, but you can't predict crime. So we have to be visible. We have to be, not one officer can do it, not one supervisor can do it. It's a team effort. So we've got a great department, dedicated officers, and we're going to be visible. We're going to be out there. That's the best answer I can give you.
One of the areas that Chief Echeverria pushed during his tenure was embracing technology. How do you intend to continue and build upon what's already been started?
You know, when I started, we were writing paper reports, handwritten paper reports, and now the technology is out there. AI technology essentially writes the report for the police officers. We don't have that, but, you know, technology evolves so fast. It took we were on the same system for 20 years, and now there's a couple different evolutions of the technology we're on now. So we haven't delved into AI yet, but it's coming. Drones they're changing as fast as you can buy them. So there's some technologies that we need to harness to be more efficient, but they're expensive. So we need to see what the best technology that's going to work for us is.
With City Manager Patrick Urick choosing to promote you to the chief position instead of conducting a full large nationwide search, what does that say about their confidence in you, and do you believe it shows that there's a satisfaction with the direction department it's headed?
It's a huge responsibility. They put a lot of trust in me. I don't take that for granted. I've been here for 25 years. You know, sometimes you need to look outside. I think going outside for Chief Echeverria, it's a hard one to say for me, was a great choice at the time we needed it. And, you know, I'm just thankful that they had the confidence in me to look within the department. I would have supported anybody they brought in. You know, I'm here for the city. I'm from here. I'm born and raised here. So at the end of the day, I have the city's best interest in mind.
That was new Peoria Police Chief Brad Dixon speaking with Joe Deacon for WCBU Reports. Find more of the conversation at WCBU.org. You're listening to Morning Edition here on WCBU, Peoria Public Radio, part of the NPR network.